In this video, we are going to cover up 3 main topics to build the life you want in 2025. So, first of all, we have mental images. Second of all, we have how. And third of all, we need to make small changes. And this is how you can build the life you want in 2025. So, first of all, you probably have clicked this video because of the thumbnail. And to get into the thumbnail, just shortly explain in a couple of few words who I am and what I actually have achieved in my life. Actually, definitely not that much compared to other people in this world. But I had a company when I was 21. I'm now 25. For a few years, it was a startup. We made 300,000 a year, which is not too bad for a small startup, which 10 people or something. And I was traveling quite a lot before starting a company and also a bit during the company because we had this remote possibilities. And yeah, that's my information I want to provide for you and hopefully make 2025 a great year for you and actually the life you deeply desire, because that is the thing which I do right now since a few years after I left my own company. And yeah, let's get into this video more specifically. So on the right, as I mentioned before, I visited a lot of countries. I think it's over 30 countries I visited. So these 2 images are in Bali. I'm originally Chinese, half German, and my mother is from Indonesia, but Chinese. So I've spent a few months there, more often, more or less, and that's the reason why I included these 2 themes, because mostly to build the life we really want is something unique to us. I do like traveling, but not my entire time and something, and I like to be productive. That is also the main goal for this channel. And yeah, so I visited a lot of countries. Then I focus on business a lot in the past and still doing right now with this YouTube channel. So it's really important for that part to work on the right things. This can be a 9-to-5 job. This can be your own business. This can be whatever you want to do. It depends on you, what you want to achieve. And this is also the main topic of this video. What you want to achieve, not what I want that you achieve. Everyone is individual, and that is the primary goal of this video. And a big thing about this, once we set a goal, it's more about the journey once we have set the goal. That is really, really important, because a lot of people are talking about, the journey is the most important thing. It is important, but as long as you have the purpose, as long as you know where you want to go. Because when you don't know where to go, the journey is not really enjoyable. And that is a really important key essential, which a lot of people don't really understand, because they're always like, oh, the journey is so important. Well, it is, as long as you know where to go. So that is also the part where we go a bit later on this video. Okay, so we're getting into the mental images. That is so important. So there's the main thing here, a clear mental picture. We need to have a clear mental picture so we know how our dream life should look like. And to understand our clear mental picture, it is really important to know, okay, this is the goal I have in my mind to make my dream life possible. And the more picturesque this goal is looking inside our brain, the higher likely are we going to achieve it. To get on this topic, actually, I was reading the book, or I'm still reading the book Cybernetics, or called Psycho-Cybernetics. And this actually talks in the first couple of pages. I haven't finished it, but I read a lot of books which are actually like Psycho-Cybernetics, but I think Psycho-Cybernetics was the first book, and all other books kind of like copied it, or maybe it was from the Bible. I don't know where it really comes from, where the original thing was. But yeah, it is really important to have a clear mental image, and for that we need mental clarity. And mental clarity comes through a lot of different situations. That's health, it's training, it's understanding yourself, it's improving, it is happiness in some ways. So there's a lot of different things. And to achieve the picture inside our brain, to get our dream life, we need to do a few different things. I can't go into all of that in this one video, but as I mentioned, we need to have a really clear goal which resonates to a really clear picture. So we actually need, for that, to understand our clear goal and picture, we need to know what we want actually. If you don't know what you want, you don't have a clear goal, and then you also don't have a clear image inside your head what you want to reach. Similar to the thumbnail. When I have a clear picture, what I want to create, I can create a thumbnail in like 5 minutes. But if I don't have a clear picture, I'm like just looking at Photoshop, I'm like, damn, how do I actually create a good thumbnail for this video? I'm not sure if it's even good, but I hope it's good. We'll see in this. We'll see the views on this video. But yeah, and to know what you want, it is quite important to understand your ikigai. It's a Japanese path or something. So there's a lot of things, and I don't want to get into too much detail. But if you read a book or if you just look online for a picture, how an ikigai is built on, and you fill it out and understand it, you know what you want in life. And this is really important. I don't want to get too much into ikigai because I just want to give you a possibility to exercise for yourself and make it possible for next year, because I can't explain everything in one video. It is just too difficult. So the good thing is I'm just trying to give you some inspiration, and hopefully you need to solve the problem by yourself, because when we solve the problem for ourselves, it makes easier. It's like kind of like IKEA. If you have this DIY system, you exactly know, okay, I build it by myself and afterwards I understand it better. Similar with Notion and all of other stuff. When we have a DIY system and we build it ourselves, we appreciate even more. Similar with wealth. A lot of people who've born in a rich family tend to be more unhappy with instead of people getting wealthy from a less wealthy family. And that has the specific effect of the DIY system, which has IKEA and Minecraft actually, and a lot of other situations. So this really changes a lot because you appreciate it even more because you've built it by yourself and you understand the steps to get to this goal, which I will come up in a few minutes. So how are we going to achieve that actually? How are we building our life we want in 2025? So for that, I done a lot of different things, and in my past life and my past experiences, not in my past life. So with a 12-week plan, and that's actually what helped me the most after a lot of trial and errors. And a 12-week plan is simpler than you think and also more complex than you think. But to make it super simple, we need to specifically focus on one goal. Focus on one specific goal we want to reach in 12 weeks. And from there on, we reverse engineer it into 3 smaller monthly goals. That is important because to reach a specific goal, let's say you want to make a specific amount of money, or you want to leave a country, or whatsoever, you need to break it down. Because it is hard to focus on one goal when it's too hard to reach. So we need to have smaller goals to get this dopamine spike so we are motivated for the next month. So we break it down into 3 monthly goals. And from there on, we put it into weekly goals. From the weekly goals, we create daily tasks. And because of these daily tasks, we exactly know what to do. And because we reverse engineer everything from the goal itself, then to the monthly goals, then to the weekly goals, and then to the daily task, we have exactly clear picture, because we want to know what is our goal in 12 weeks and not in a year, because a year is just too far away. So we want to focus on the 12 weeks. And there's a book called The 12th Week. Great book. And yeah, so that's how we reverse engineer. And since I implemented this, oh my God, honestly, I think my life changed in like 3 months, because I was trying this YouTube channel, this content creation stuff, my new business way too long, and I didn't really have good results. And since I implemented this 12-week plan, or also called my 90-day challenges, my own rebranding from it, and specific different methods and unique mechanism, my life completely shifted. And in this 3 months, I actually achieved more than in the entire last year when I started this content creation YouTube journey after I left my company. And that's the big thing. So if you're interested to understand more how these 12 weeks are built and the 90-day challenges, link down to my newsletter, because I'm getting more in-depth how the system works and how you can grow as a person and also hopefully financially with the information I'm going to provide you. So, as I mentioned before, the Ikigai is extremely important because this gives us a system or good questions for us to understand, okay, what is actually my true desire? I was reading the book just a year ago actually, when I was living in Bali and Singapore. And I encountered the book actually while I'm traveling from Singapore back to Bali, because I visited my cousin in Singapore, and I've just stumbled across this book, Ikigai, and honestly, it just made it super simple to find your self-purpose and to understand what you actually want in life. So, coming to the next one, the last of this video, is to make small changes. It is really important to make small changes and not big changes. The point for that is we want to do one step at a time. And because the thing is, if we jump from step 1 to step 6, we can't. And that is really important. We can't look into step 6. Let's say I want to be a millionaire in 5 years. It's not possible if you don't have a clear plan, if you don't know which next step you need to take, because otherwise you're just overwhelmed because you want to be a millionaire, but you don't know how to execute to become a millionaire. So it's more important to not look at 10 steps ahead, just to look at the next step. And from there, the next step, because a lot of things just clarifies on the way to the goal. And then you enjoy the journey, because most people who get to this wealthy part is having a goal and having a purpose where they want to go, and on the journey they find actually happiness. Kind of interesting, right? So the people are always talking about, hey, I want to make my journey the happiness. They don't really achieve that by the journey itself. They achieve that by focusing on the purpose, their goal, and on the journey to success or to wealth, to a wealthy life. I don't mean financially successful, entire life successful. They tend to enjoy this journey, and that's the way how they actually get wealthy, because they love their daily system, the daily routine, the daily habits. And that's the thing what is growing us the most in this time. So what is really important, as mentioned before, we need to have a step-by-step plan, and don't focus on the big steps, focus on the small step a day or a week or a month. So we want to have the same thing but differently every single day. So first thing is focus on one thing at a time. We are not good at multitasking, or we can do multitasking, but it's better to focus on one specific goal. I mean, we can do multitask and think about different situations, but when it comes down to specific situations, we should focus and narrow it down more. Andrew Huberman was talking about multiple things at a time. I don't really know how. I haven't figured it out yet, or how to multitask, because we can multitask as long as we are in one specific task. But I still need to watch the thing from Andrew Huberman. So what is also really important, skills are compounding over time. So for example, means when we are working in a day, and let's say I focus on my newsletter, improving my newsletter daily, I actually develop better skills, because the more I read, the more I write, the better I get. And then the skills over time compound, especially if you dare show up every single day. And then focus on one thing at a time, one thing a day. So as the book Atomic Habits says, focus on 1% each day. Means, let's say I have a morning routine, which takes me morning work, deep work, which is 4 to 6 hours. That's my methodology or ideology, probably. I do these 4 hours every single day. I write every single morning, 1 or 2 hours in my newsletter, and then I always try to add something new, sometimes it's just one, but sometimes it's more. But I always try to do something new, something exciting, to get out of this habit, because sometimes, let's say if you eat every day ice cream, that's not a healthy habit. But if you eat, for example, every single day, let's say some fruits or some steaks, or however the people are calling this right now nowadays, what is healthy and what is not healthy. We want to focus every single day on a good habit. But sometimes we don't know what is a good and a bad habit. As long as we later on understand, oh my God, this ice cream every single day was making me brain foggy and I didn't understand what I want to do and I was gaining weight. And then later on we understand, okay, this was a bad habit, but if we never change the system or the daily routine of eating ice cream, and for example, the next day just eating steaks every single day or vegetables or fruits, we don't understand how powerful not eating ice cream can be to the road to success. So what is really important is that we need to be consistent and implement things every single day. And we should follow our specific habits and routines, which stays the same, but always add something new. And then the skills are compounding over time. Yeah, as I mentioned here, same routine, same habits, but add one thing all the time. Because sometimes we just know later, okay, hey, I do have also some bad habits. So sometimes when I'm in flow state, I was cleaning my room, but then later on, like, hey, that is not productive because I'm not really being productive on my goal. I'm just like procrastinating, but in some ways productive procrastination, which kind of helps me because cleaning a room is good in some ways because it is still productive and you have an organized, better life. But if you do it when your brain is in a good state, you could use this productive flow state for more specific work-related tasks, which might help you better in the future. So that is a thing. So we should always implement small changes. So coming back to a conclusion in this video, because there's so much more I could talk about, but it was just like, I think the video is already way too long. So that is the thing. Have a clear mental image. The more clear and the more mental clarity we have, the better we're going to achieve our goals. We need to set also one specific goal for 12 weeks. That is how we do it. Have a 12-week plan and break it down. And the last thing is make small changes every single day. And don't think about the next 10 steps. Think about the next step you're going to take. And if you follow the system and you understand the system inside of your head, it also takes a time to understand it. But once you do, life becomes easier, slower, and better. And that's also how to build the life you want in 2025 with this few steps. And probably there's more, but that's more for another video. Thanks very much and have a good day. Bye.